How's it going, everybody, and welcome to another video. It's a lovely morning in my Creativerse world here, and I'm back in the city. I thought it was about time we paid some more attention to this massive wall project I've got going on here, and at this point I think it would be a good time to build the corner kind of guard tower for the city. I'm thinking of having like a little, or maybe not so little, tower at each kind of right angles intersection in the walls. Maybe if I end up with a bit with lots of right angle sections, I'll only do little towers. But for this one, this is a major point. This is like the corner of the entire town. So I want there to be a marker here. So I'm thinking we're going to build something here. Just to kind of demark the corner of the city, the border of the kingdom. So I've been kind of standing around here looking at it, and I have precisely no idea what to do. So I think we're just going to wing it. The first thing is that this land is being awfully rude and being in the way. Very, very awfully rude of this land. So what I'm thinking is we need to revoke its residency status and get rid of some of it. Right, cool. Now let's get rid of some more of it, because not enough of it got evicted by that yellow notice, as it were. Bang! Okay, that's more like it. So now we've got a nice big hole that extends out beyond where this guy is. Now, what I also need to decide is whether or not I'm going to bring this part down a level or not. And I don't know. I don't know what to do here. Because as we already discovered of this kind of design here, it doesn't like going up and down in levels much. So if I start at this height here, I'm going to have to extend the design down below for this part. Which is okay, we can definitely do that. But I think it's easier to extend down than build up, because once that top part of the design has to go up and down, I think things will start looking a bit weird. So what I'm thinking is that I probably will keep it at that level. Maybe take it all down 1 or 2 blocks. But extend it down for this kind of deeper part here. I think that'll be the best option. So what I think I'll do is have it kind of at this level and tear off this block here, because that bit over there is 1 block lower, and it'd be good to have those kind of at the same height. In any case, now we have enough room for our tower. Just a few blocks to tear out here. And I've been giving some thought as to the size and how much to build it out from the walls. And also, as this is where this wall here starts, what to do about scaling, because this point here is 9 blocks away from here. So it's kind of... Oh, you're actually in the wrong place. You should be here. It's kind of the same length as this section. So if we're going to have a tower which is the same width as the wall, we could have another section here and put it in here. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to have it built out a little bit. So the question is how much, and what do we do with the intervening space? The alternative, of course, is to have it extend out as far as this and have the tower actually begin here and go out to the end of another kind of one of those sections. So what we need to do that is count out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this block here. So the tower would be coming out like this. So I'm just kind of building... This is kind of like a stream of consciousness build here, because I feel like it's one... I've tried planning it while I've been working on other videos, and so far at least, I haven't come up with any ideas. So it's obvious that I've got some kind of builder's block going on of this build. So I think it's necessary to just start it and worry about everything else later on. Now, we could do something like this and have like a ringing gantry and then a tower. That's one design we could go with. So that would mean having it come out considerably far this way and that way as well. So it'd actually be quite a big build. So what we want to do then... Actually, no, wait a minute. I've got an idea. We could have it be an inset tower. So it only comes out a few blocks. But it's like more inset into the building. Some towers like that. Okay, I think that's what we're going to go with. So it actually protrude into the town more than it protrudes outwards. Because that is actually quite a common design. Because it gives room for a barracks inside the fortress. And in some cases, building a tower that sticks really far out of a wall is actually a structural weakness for siege warfare, I think. Don't quote me on that. I'm not exactly an expert. But yeah, I think that'll be it. So we'll go in the 9 blocks. And then we've got the 7 blocks there. So that's giving us 16 blocks of width. And if we go out 3, say, that gives us a nice kind of 19 blocks of tower. So we could do that. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play around with that. I'm going to lay out a footprint and maybe do a little bit of building. And we'll come back to it and we'll talk about how to progress. Okay, guys, I will see you in a moment. Okay, here we go, and as you can see, Builder's block has been defeated, at least for the moment. So, I have messed around on a bit of building, done a little bit of playing with TNT, blowing out this big hole here, which ended up being not really necessary, and now I don't know what I'm going to do with all this space. But, maybe something will turn up that I can do with it. So, I've had a number of ideas for designing this, and I've gone through a few different iterations. I was going to have this whole kind of more detailed thing that was going to be closer to that down here, but I was having trouble making it work with the ground kind of varying, and the design wasn't working when it was looking kind of weird when I couldn't show all of it. So I've ended up going with a simpler design, and I will show you that just here. So I've gone with this, at least for this section. So this first tier of the tower, I've gone with this design. And, you know, I like the look of it. It's a lot more simple than this. But because it's below us, like it's like the bottom part, it's kind of like the tower's equivalent of these sections down here. So it doesn't really have to be really detailed. What I'm going to do is use the more detailed kind of design up in the second tier, I think. So for now, though, all I need to do really is go around, kind of going just like this, and I should probably put a little block like you under there, and just these, just you know, some very standard buttresses. And I've just always had a thing where I really love buttresses in builds of any kind. They always look really cool. I don't know. I sometimes build things which are just almost more buttress than anything else. It's a bit of a problem. It's a little bit of an obsession, you might say. Okay, so this bit doesn't actually need anything. And, you know, I'll probably actually just fill this bit in rather than actually have anything. I'll probably end up just like filling it in, and maybe I'll do something with this flat area here. Maybe I'll have a path coming through. Who knows? But yeah. So the idea is we're using just the stone block wall in kind of one pillar in every 2, so every 2 blocks. And then a buttress every 2 blocks. And then we're going to have a platform up above these blocks here. And then, so we'll have like a walkway kind of going around that. And that will be kind of your way to get up the tower. Whoops, it did a double placement there. I'd thought that double placement issue was Creativerse being silly, but it turns out it's actually my mouse. So I need to get a new mouse at some point. But yeah, that'll be the wave to ascend the tower. And I'll have a kind of another design going on higher up, which I haven't quite figured out yet, but we'll run with it as we go, like we have been so far. Now, okay, I've run out of those blocks, so I need to build more. Let's see, where are you? Here we are. So yeah, I'm definitely not wanting for resources for this build. I've got hundreds of everything I need, at least hopefully. Right. So here's an interesting point here where I'm going to do this, because I think I'm going to end up cutting this guy out entirely for it, and just having this buttress, because it's closer to what I did on the other side. I ended up cutting out some of that because it didn't really make sense with what I'm going to do with the tower. So this is something that happens sometimes when you build. You know, you end up kind of replacing or covering in things you've done in the past, and that's, you know, it's okay. I think some builders are kind of quite afraid to do that, and it makes them try to make a design which is perfect the first time, and that can really slow you down sometimes. But look at that. See, it looks fine. Okay. So I'm just going to do all this now, all the way around. There's no need for me to make you watch me do it all. So I'll just go and do that quickly, and then we'll start working on the upper platform. Okay, see you in a second. Okay, guys, here we are. I've put in all of the columns, so we can move on to the next step, which is, you might have noticed, I've put in this stone floor layer here, and that is because I need something to mount stair blocks onto. So similar to that, in that I'm going to be kind of layering some stairs along here. And so I'm just going to be going along like this, and we'll put the crenellations on that. So the crenellations will be basically the same design as the rest of the wall. Whoops. Oh no, I didn't mean to take you. No, you were a correct stair block. Let's see. Oh, I'm really bad at this terrain. Okay. See if I can get up here. It might work better. Okay, yeah, this is easier. And before, what I was thinking of doing is trying to have, like, it go up in stairs on the outside, but I think that is going to be really, really hard to get to look okay. So what I'm going to do is have the stairs go up the inside of the tower like a sane person. Because that makes sense, and having them go up the outside does not. I don't know why I was thinking of doing that originally, but there we go. When you build something without much of a plan, sometimes very weird things happen. So yeah, but you get a chance to, you know, you have the advantage is you also have the freedom to kind of modify as you go along. Now I'm gonna build this as if this wall doesn't exist, and then tear a gap out for it, because I think that might actually end up being easier for figuring out how to integrate it. Yeah, so it's gonna be an interesting project, this. I'm not sure how tall I'm gonna make my tower. I've got a slight concern with the height over here, because it's not very high at all. It's kind of very, very shallow. But let's build it up first and see if it looks tall or not then. So what I'm going to do... Whoa! No! No, that's not fair. That's not fun times. Going between this game and Minecraft, it's sometimes really difficult to get the hang of the different kind of movement kind of scheme in both of them, because this game, movement is so free and floaty, and in that game it feels like your character's made out of lead compared to this game. And it can be so difficult going between them. Okay, cool. So we're going to have that, and then the slab blocks. I'm just going to do the slabs first on this side before I finish off, because this is the area where we might have issues. So we should look at this first. Okay. Now, is that okay? You know what, I think that kind of is okay. That's still okay, I think. To have, even if it is on the exterior and it's not very high, I think it still looks okay. Because, you know, we don't have to have everything to really make sense in every single way. We just have to have stuff not be completely ridiculous. Oh, you know, oh no, maybe I should swallow my words, because, you know, ridiculous builds can look pretty good too. I guess I'm just rambling insanely in the corner here. So yeah, and the moral story is I'm not gonna, you know, go for ultra realism in every single way. You know, I can take liberties with it. Let's see. Hopefully you're okay. Oh, that's lucky. Okay. And across here to, and the lucky bit is that the blocks we placed earlier aren't entirely hidden because they are part of the floor. Now, what I think I'm going to do is go with a 3 wide walkway around the central tower. And so, yeah, there we go. We're done. Let's have a quick look at that from the outside, so we can get a good look at this. See, I like that. It looks cool. It looks very solid and sturdy, and that's really what a tower needs to look like. Okay, cool. I like it. Right, now how to get inside again. Okay. Now the first area we have to deal with is over here. And, yep, that actually works okay. So we need a layer of slabs going around. And what I'm going to do is, because I want to get on with this tower, is I'm just going to do the floor. And I'll come right back and we can start working on the tower together. Okay, guys, see you in a moment. Okay, guys, we're back. But before we get on with the tower, I think it's about time we got rid of this tree. Now, I've not used Super TNT on trees before, so let's see how it goes. Oh, that works. That works very well. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Hey, I love TNT. I wonder how long that guy will be hanging there in the sky. Hopefully, not too long. But let's see. Boom. It's surprising in Creativerse. You forget just how much tree there is in these guys. There is so much tree in one of these guys. They're so big. They are massive. I might not even have enough TNT. I'm actually running low. Is it really going to take more than 9 TNT to get rid of a tree? Wow. Okay. So let's just... I think we're getting near the end. Oh! Nice. Managed to not damage my fort. Whoa! Ah, no! No! Okay. Be back in a second. Okay, so the tree has been thoroughly vaporized, and it's time for the next part of the tower. So I've built this little walkway, because I think it would be a good idea to have an access point on the inside for the towers, because otherwise you'd have to kind of access them from the gate, which would be a little bit weird. So I've done a fairly simple little design, just put some stairs and obsidian slab there to give it a little bit of shape. And I'll eventually put in some paths going around in here. But for now, let's work on the interior section of the tower. So we're going to be going up. I'm not sure exactly how tall to make this section. It's going to be like a big part of how the tower looks, because it's quite wide and squat in the base. So I want to make it tall enough that it has height and looks like a tower, but not so tall that it has an odd proportion to the base section. So let's, one thing for a moment, we should just have a count up of the height of this. So from ground to ground level of the top part, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we could go with the same kind of height and make it 7 blocks tall. That could work. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it'll be 1 block taller than that. I actually think that that is a fairly good height to have it for this section. So that might actually be a cool idea of having it be uniform, because it gives the base, like the whole kind of build, more of a consistent flow. So let's see, that I believe should be 7. So 1, 2, 3, not 6 as well. Damn it. Okay. So we can build those up later anyway. So the idea now is to do a little kind of imitation thing of the wall. So what we need is these blocks going right the way around the interior. And these will go all the way around. And I'm going to kind of cannibalize the proto design I was going to use for this part out here that I couldn't use because of the varying ground height for the interior, I think. And it's kind of like a slightly modified version of the wall design. And I think that'll look quite cool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and work on that a little bit until I've got it coming together. And I'll be back to you. Okay, guys, I'm going to cut again, so I will see you in a moment. Okay, guys, so here we go. I've decided, rather than just doing a little bit of the wall, because I really wanted to get like this thing done today, that I just did pretty much the whole thing off camera, just so I could get more done. And that's also the reason why I've been jump cutting so much today, guys. I hope it hasn't bothered you, but I am a little bit cut for time and really, really wanted to get this project done for you guys. So I've been kind of moving as fast as I can with it. And that kind of meant doing less of it on camera. But here's the tower. Anyway, as you can see here, went with kind of a slightly altered kind of version of the design down here with more of these columns instead of a few of the other details, and I quite like it. I think it really works for a tower because it's kind of vertically centered. All the designs kind of point in vertical lines, and that I find that's quite good for areas where you're going up. If it's a tall, thin build, I like doing that just because it implies its shape in its design, and I don't know if that makes any sense, but for some reason it seems to make my builds look nicer. So yeah, here's the design. It's fairly expensive on all the blocks, but it's worth it. Some point I'm actually going to end up running out of iron of all the iron bars I've been using in this build, and the obsidian as well. But I am hoping in the new update there'll be new ways to get materials. But yeah, so this is what I've done. In here, I've gone with just taking out the central column for the entrance. So we'll be going in there, and there'll be a kind of spiral staircase going up. And where things are going to get a little bit odd is here with the wall, because the wall is going to be starting at this height. It's going to be going up to almost the height of that. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to join the wall with this design without having the seam be too obvious, to have it fit naturally. I'm not going to have time to do that today, though, unfortunately, so I'll probably do that off camera to have it shown for the next video. But yeah, I've been thinking a lot about how to do that, and also about what to do when the wall hits this really big dip in the land here. And I'm thinking what I'll do is use this design over here of the kind of buttresses on the deeper part of the wall, because just having the plain stone wall like I have over the pond is not going to look good, because it's going to be quite deep. So I think I'm going to use that, and I think that will actually look pretty good. Probably going to do a lot of that off camera, because I've already done that section of wall for you guys, so there's no real point in you watching me kind of build what is essentially a cut and paste job. So I'll most likely do bits of that off camera and kind of show bits of progress as I go. I made a video out of the tower because it's a whole new project. You know, it's like it's a new thing you haven't seen built before, so I wanted to show it. But yeah, it's looking good. I'm feeling pretty good about the build. It's not entirely done, of course. I have to get stuff done on the inside, and I might have a little tiny kind of spike sticking out the top as well, just so it comes above the wall height. I'm not entirely sure about that yet. I'll see how it looks, but that's most likely going to be all done between now and the next video. So what I'm hoping to have is just a completed tower with the wall attached to it, so I can show you guys what it looks like. But yeah, do let me know what you think of this tower, if there's anything, you know, any way I can make it better, or if you like the design. It's always great hearing feedback from you guys. It's one of the reasons why I really love making YouTube videos. It's one of the best ways of being part of a community in many ways. But yeah, it's been really fun doing this build. Especially, it's just all flowed together. It's been great like that. Like, because a lot of builds I end up having to go away from and going, oh, you know, like, it's been some videos where I've recorded over several days, and this one's just come together really nice and quickly. It's been great. So yeah, it's really looking good, and I'm really looking forward to getting the rest of the wall up, and especially if there might be things I can do with it with the new update. I'm going to have so much fun playing with that. It's going to be so good. I don't know how much is going to be possible when they introduce this power system they're working on, but when it's here, I'm sure we're going to have a lot of fun with it. And on that subject, there is a little question I want to ask you guys. I want to know if you would like me to do a separate tutorial series on that power system when it comes out, or whether I should make it part of the standard tutorial series, because I think it's a complicated enough subject that it merits its own series. But if people would prefer that I put it in the standard tutorial series, then I will. But I'm definitely going to be making videos about it. Lots of them. So expect that to happen quite a lot. It might take a few days after the system gets released, because I'm going to have to learn it, of course. But as soon as I feel confident that I understand it, I will start making lots and lots of tutorial videos about it. And it's going to be lots of fun. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this build and this video. It's really exciting right now, because at the time of recording this, I'm about to hit the 500 subscriber mark, and that is amazing. So I expect next video I'll probably figure out some kind of little celebration to do over that, because that is absolutely phenomenal. And thank you guys so much for your support. It's absolutely wonderful that so many people watch my videos. And if at this point, if 2 more subscribe, I will be at 500, and that is amazing. So 2 viewers out there that haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Just press that button and knock me over 500, and I will be the happiest man alive. It's absolutely phenomenal, and just thank you so much. Anyway, I have been rambling enough now, so I will just say that I really hope you've enjoyed this video and the build. It's been really fun, and I will see you in the next video. See you later, guys!